field day for the IPM4Bees Working Group. And the idea of the field day was for us to do demonstrations on some of the different methods you can use for controlling varroa mite populations in honeybee hives. Varroa mites are a pest that are probably the biggest challenge for most beekeepers across the United States today. So it's important that we standardize some of our methods and bring people together to discuss different strategies for controlling varroa mite. There's a lot of different strategies out there, and so we propose, rather than immediately going to a chemical solution to treat for varroa mite, that beekeepers take more of an integrated pest management approach. The integrated pest management approach for controlling varroa mite includes a few different steps. It includes considering the genetic stock of your bees and trying to have more resistant or more hygienic bees. It includes cultural controls, so that is the way that you manage your apiary and different tools you use to take more of a preventative approach to controlling varroa mite. It also includes monitoring. You want to monitor during specific times of the year to get an idea of how many mites are in your hive. And it also includes chemical controls. We see chemical controls as a useful tool, but only one of many tools that are out there, and just one tool within the integrated pest management approach.
So this is just one method, a cultural method to get rid of varroa mite from the colony?
This is what it starts out with foundation.
Is that just wax foundation?
Just wax foundation. You can eat it, thin foundation. And then this, the bees have put it in. I'll pass this around, feel how heavy it is. It's all capped.
You've got chalk brood, other diseases, or brood indicators of signs that there's something going on with the hive. One of the really important things that we are encouraging beekeepers to do is think about monitoring as a tool to inform their management practices. And so monitoring may include how you look for and assess the mite loads, the varroa destructor mite loads in your hives, whether that's a sugar roll test, an ether or alcohol roll, or using passive monitoring techniques.
We had a good conversation.
Oh, good.
Yeah. Here's the strips.
So the IPM4Bee event was a great opportunity for us to share what we've learned from the Prairie Strips project, both for farmers but also for beekeepers. And we got a chance to show extension, research, just beekeepers, what it could look like when prairie is put back into the farm landscape. We brought them out to a farmer who is in his commercial farm put prairie strips. We showed them what bees look like in those prairie strips and shared with them the results of over 3 years of research where we've tracked honeybee response to these prairie strips. The goal is to take just a little bit of land out of production to have a lot of benefits. And one of the ways that we can do that is by working with farmers, working with their production practices such that they can take our knowledge, our data, and put it into a form that works for their farm. So when you see the drone flying overhead, what you're seeing is what a farmer has done to put a strip into his field such that it can act as a barrier to the loss of soil and nutrients going down that hillside. And it acts as a little mini refuge of biodiversity within that farm. And what we found is that the farmer, once he figures out the location, he can continue to practice farming as he would normally. And the prairies can thrive, and so can his farm. And so can the bees. We found that honeybees respond really positively to the forage in there, especially later in the season after soybeans and clover have stopped blooming. And then you see in the prairie a variety of flowering plants that are still present and will continue to provide forage into September, maybe even October.